Well, okay, doing good. How about doing good for the right reasons? I want to talk about when someone reaches out to you for some help. It really bothers me to hear someone say, "I'll pray for you, that God will help." Because in my mind, that person saying that for that very moment could very well become an atheist. Because at that very moment, we need to imagine there is no God who can help and say, "I will help you." Now, thoughts and prayers are a great sentiment, but what happened to the action? And this reminds me of a tale where the rabbi was asked by one of his students, why did God create atheists? And after a long pause, the rabbi finally responded with a soft but sincere voice. God created atheists, he said, to teach us the most important lesson of them all, the lesson of true compassion. You see, when an atheist performs an act of charity, he visits someone who is sick, helps someone in need, and cares for the world, he's not doing so because of some religious teachings. He does not believe that God commanded him to perform this act, or even will reward him later. In fact, he does not believe in God at all, so his actions are based on a sense of morality. Gee, sounds like he's being spiritual and didn't even know it. He bestows kindness on others simply because he feels it to be the right thing to do. Now consider this. Let's say you have two people. The first one is a devout, God-worshipping man. The most people he meets consider him a good person. And he donates to charities, gives to the homeless, is kind of respectful to everyone he meets, etc., etc. And he knows that God will reward him in heaven for his goodness. Now the second is also a good man who does everything good that the other does as well, except for just one difference. He doesn't believe that God or any other deities exist, and therefore doesn't believe he will ever receive any kind of divine reward for his goodness, nor will he receive divine punishment for not being good. Therefore, he has no outside influence motivating him to always be as good as he can be. He merely does good simply because it's the right thing to do. Well, which one of these is truly the better person? The one who does good expecting divine reward or divine punishment if he doesn't? Or is he the one who does good simply because it's the right thing to do and expects nothing in return? Don't you think it puzzling when some people are surprised that others can possibly be good and decent without a reason? We evolved, that reminds me, of a girl over at the pantry. I said, "You're just not used to people doing something for you for no reason, are
Without
you?
wanting something in
Without
return.
wanting something in return." She said, "Welcome to my world, preacher man." We evolved as successfully as we did because of cooperation, empathy, and understanding. Those are default human characteristics. The thing that bothers me is people needing a reason to be good. Unfortunately, we as humans have developed a fear of the unknown and need to find a reason that the sun rose and set, and the rains came and went. And thus came sun gods and rain gods and earthquake gods and such, until one particularly clever and devious person said they had an in with them, and if given money, food, respect, loyalty, and whatever, they could help with an afterlife. If you need the threat of heaven or hell to be a good person, well then obviously you're just a bad person on a leash, and that leash is called fear. Now let me finish with one more rabbi story concerning the creation of atheists. The rabbi said, sometimes we who believe too much. We see the cruelty, the suffering, and the injustice in the world, and we say this is the will of God. We accept what we should not accept. We accept that when God sends us good atheists to remind us that what passes for religion is not always religion. Ah, thank God. I'm grateful I lost my religion.
There's a grateful.
I'm very grateful.